Hi, in this video, we'll talk about metric units. First though, why bother? We bother because these are the units used in science, medicine, and many areas of business where goods are commonly bought and sold by the meter or gram or kilogram. The metric units are also used by most of the world. This map shows in green that almost the entire world used the metric units, including both our land neighbors, Mexico and Canada. Only 3 countries in red use the imperial system: Myanmar in Asia, Liberia in Africa, and the United States. The little red dots you see in the Pacific, those are possessions of the United States. So yeah, just 3 countries. If you're communicating or doing business with the rest of the world, you're better off if you know metric units. Which raises the question, why? Why do the rest of the world use metric? What's so good about it? Because there are advantages to it. First, for each type of measurement, there's only one basic unit. And second, the system is based on power of 10, making conversion easy. We'll see that in this video. Let's talk about the basic units of each type of measurement. For length, the basic unit is meter. Abbreviation is little m. 1 meter is a little bit more than 1 yard. For mass, the basic unit is gram, written G. 1 gram is very little, about the weight of 1 paperclip. For bigger items, we tend to use kilogram, written kg. 1 kilogram is a little bit more than 2 pounds. For volume or capacity, the basic unit is a liter, written L, usually in cursive to avoid confusion with the number 1. Many people write capital L, myself included sometimes, but that's not official. 1 liter is about 1 quart. Let's concentrate on units of length. If you can handle units of length, you can handle all the rest of them. For length, the basic unit is meter, abbreviated M, and it's about 1.1 yards. Some examples of 1 meter. A guitar, an acoustic guitar, is about 1 meter long. On most doors, the doorknob is about a little less than 1 meter from the floor. If a knob feels a little high but not too high, that's pretty much 1 meter. That's the basic unit of length. The rest of them are based on the meter. All metric units are built off of the basic unit using these prefixes. Kilo means 1,000. 1 kilogram is 1,000 grams. 1 kilometer is 1,000 meters. Hecto for 100, deca for 10, and those are the prefixes for units larger than the basic unit. Down below are the prefixes for units that are smaller than the basic unit. Deci for 1/10 or 0.1, centi for 1/100th or 0.01, milli for 1/1000th or 0.001. People who live in metric countries have all these prefixes down. For the rest of us, there's a mnemonic. King Henry died drinking chocolate milk. Guess what? In the US, we don't even use all of these prefixes. We only use a few of them. For length, we only use these. Kilometer, km, 1,000 meters. Centimeter, cm, 1/100th or 0.01 meter. Millimeter, mm, 1/1000th or 0.001 meter. Let me give you an idea of these units. 1 kilometer is a little bit more than half a mile, specifically 0.623, etc. Those of you who run or walk in a race that's 5K or 10K or 20K, the K in there represents kilometer. It really should be km. In Canada, they use metric, but we in the US sometimes drive to Canada, so they needed to make sure we understand their units. On Canadian highway near the US border, they have signs in both metric and imperial. If you see speed limit signs saying 100, they mean 100 kilometers per hour. That's only 60 miles per hour. Don't drive 100 miles. Moving to centimeter, 1 centimeter is about the width of an adult pinky. 1 millimeter is about the thickness of a coin. More or less. Some coins are thicker than others, but they're all about 1 millimeter. That's the basics of units of length. Let's now talk about conversion. This is the real reason why people switched to metric units, which were invented only in the late 1700s. The United States of America is older than the metric units, but people still switched to metric because under this system, it's very easy to convert from one unit to another. All you do is move the decimal point. Example, convert 23 kilometers to meters, km to m. Here's how you do it. Get a scale or the prefixes, like this. Note that the large units should be on the left. Same chart as he had before, just basically fallen down to the left. From kilometer to meter, 3 spaces in between. And you can remember that because 1K is 1,000 and it has 3 zeros. From meter to centimeter, 100, 2 zeros, 2 spaces. From centimeter to millimeter, just 1 space right next door. Now, the method is to move the decimal point. Find the decimal point. I don't see a decimal point on 23, but I know all whole numbers have an invisible decimal point right there after the 3. I write the number down by the scale with the decimal point right where the km is because we're doing 23 km. I want to convert to meter, which is here. So I move the decimal point over there. 1, 2, 3. There. The decimal point goes there. Now I have all these blanks. I fill them with zeros. Answer 23000, so 23,000 meters. Are we good? Once you're used to this, you don't need the scale anymore. You see a conversion from km to m. You just know that k represents 1,000 with 3 zeros, so you move 3 places. Until then, sure, keep this chart somewhere nearby while you do conversion. Want to see it again? Let's do it again with an example going backward from small unit to large unit. Convert 0.8 mm millimeter to m meter. Go ahead and try it. Press pause and come back when you're done. Welcome back. This number has a decimal point. So I write it down on the scale with the decimal point at mm because we're given 0.8 mm. The target is over here at m. I need to move my decimal point over there. I fill in with zeros. Answer is 0.0008 meters. Which is fine as is, but some people prefer a 0 in front of the decimal point, so it's like this, 0.0008 meters. One more for practice. Convert 0.7 kilometers to centimeters, km to cm. Go ahead, press pause and work on it. Welcome back. The answer should be 70,000 cm, like this, right? We're good with units of length? Let's talk about units of mass and volume. In the US, we skip most prefixes and mostly only use kilogram, kg, gram, g, or milligram, mg. 1 kg is about the weight of a wine bottle, including both the liquid and the bottle. 1 gram is about the weight of 1 paperclip. 1 mg is really tiny, maybe 1 grain of salt or something. People say things like, take it with a grain of salt. Okay, I'll take it with 1 milligram of salt. Medication, pills, those are measured in milligrams. Okay, turning to units of volume or capacity. For volume, we basically only use liter, L, or milliliter, ml. 1 ml is also equal to 1 cc, or cubic centimeter. On a typical chubby plastic syringe, each small tick mark is 1 ml or 1 cc, and then each major tick mark is 5 ml. On a skinny plastic syringe, each major tick mark is 1 ml. Now that we know mass and volume, let's do one more conversion by moving the decimal point. Convert 12 grams to kilograms, 12g to kg. Go ahead and try that. Press pause, come back when you're done. Here's the answer. Moving 3 places, fill it with 0, answer 0.012 kg. Now that we know how to convert the easy way, let me show you how to do conversion the hard way. Wait, what? If there's an easy way, then why are we doing it the hard way? There's a reason for it, and you'll see in a minute. The hard way is to convert using a conversion factor. This method works for all types of units, including the US imperial units. But let's do it for metric. Convert 0.7 gram to mg to milligram. This is how we find the conversion factor. We ask this question. 1 starting unit equals how many target units? In this case, we're asking 1 gram equals how many milligrams? Answer, 1 gram equals 1,000 milligrams. That's the conversion factor. The 1,000 is the conversion factor. Then we multiply the number by that conversion factor. In this example, we multiply 0.7 times 1,000 equals 700. Answer, 700 grams. Are we good? These are the steps. To convert from unit A to unit B, first determine 1 unit A equals to blank unit B, some number K. That number K is the conversion factor. Multiply the unit A by that conversion factor and you get the answer. Let's try one where we use conversion factor to convert from a small unit to a large unit. Convert 8 cm to m, 8 centimeter to meter. These are the steps. Go ahead and try to fill them in. Press pause and come back when you're done. Welcome back. 1 cm is 1/100th of a meter, which in decimal form is 0.01. We multiply. Well, which one? The fraction or the decimal? Doesn't matter. Pick one. 8 times 1 over 100 equals 0.08. 8 times 0.01 also equals 0.08. This method is most useful for units that are way bigger than kilo and way smaller than milli. Wait, they exist? There are things bigger than kilo and way smaller than milli? Yes, they do. Here they are. On this scale, I squeeze things in to fit the screen, so every small space is a factor of 10, and every large space, the grouping, is 3 of the small ones and is a factor of 1,000. From the basic unit to the kilo is 1,000. From kilo to mega is another 1,000, total of 1 million. From mega to giga, another 1,000. From giga to tera, another 1,000. If you've been looking at computer storage, hard drive, phone memory, these prefixes may be familiar to you. Megabytes, gigabytes, terabytes. That's the big side. On the small side, from the basic unit to milli is divided by 1,000 or multiplied by 0.001. From milli to micro is divided by another 1,000. Next down, 1,000 from micro down is nano. And then from nano, 1,000 down is pico. All the abbreviations of just the first letter except for micro. Because we couldn't use M again. Milli already took the M. So we used the Greek letter mu. It looks like that. You may have heard some of these prefixes before. Microchips, because the electrical circuits in them are really tiny. And then they get even tinier, and we start talking about nanotechnology. Down to pico, and we start talking about like subcellular level. Like not just the size of a cell, but the size of a cell wall. Really small. You can use this scale to figure out the conversion factors. But before that, let's take a detour into scientific notation. I assume you've seen scientific notation before. If you haven't, I have a separate video just for that. Check out the link above. Scientific notation is a shorthand that we use for writing very large number or very small decimal. For example, if I write 7 times 10 to the 5th, it means 7 followed by 5 zeros equals 700,000. Negative power of 10. If I write 7 times 10 to negative 5th, it means 7 is in the 5th decimal place. Applying this into conversion factors for really big or really small prefixes, we have this. A factor of 1,000 has 3 zeros, so it's 1 times 10 to the 3rd. A factor of 1 million has 6 zeros, 1 times 10 to the 6th. And likewise for 1 billion, 9 zeros, 1 times 10 to the 9th. For the small prefixes, a factor of 1 over 1,000 or 0.001 has 3 decimals, so 1 times 10 to the negative 3rd. Opposite of 1,000. 1,000 is 10 to the 3rd. 1 over 1,000 is 10 to negative 3. A factor of 1 over a million is 1 times 10 to negative 6. Opposite of a million. A factor of 1 over 1 billion is 1 times 10 to negative 9. Let's do this example. Find the conversion factor from millimeter to picometer and write in scientific notation. The starting unit is millimeter. The target unit is picometer. We want to know 1 mm equals how many pm. Let's count the thousands. 3 places for every 1,000. From milli to micro, 1,000. 3 places. From micro to nano, another 1,000, another 3 places, total of 6. From nano to pico, another 1,000, another 3, 6 plus 3 total 9. 9 places. Therefore, 1 mm equals 1 times 10 to the 9th pm. Something like 8.7 mm would equal 8.7 times 10 to the 9th pm. Let's do one the other way around from a small unit to a larger unit. Find the conversion factor from nanogram to microgram. 1 ng equals how many mu g? It is 1,000 times smaller, 3 places smaller. Therefore, it's 10 to some kind of exponent 3. What kind of exponent? Because it's smaller, it's a negative exponent. 1 times 10 to a negative 3. And that would be the conversion factor from nanogram to microgram. Let's end with one final example. Convert 3.4 times 10 to the 4th mu m to m. By the way, mu m is a micrometer. It's also called a micron. Micron, the electronics company, is named after that. Right, we're going from the micro to the basic unit. How many places is that? Micro to milli, 3. Milli to basic, 3. Total 6. 6 places smaller. Conversion factor has a negative power. It's 1 times 10 to negative 6. We take our number and we multiply by the conversion factor. 3.4 times 10 to the fourth times 1 times 10 to negative 6. First, we multiply the numbers. 3.4 times 1 equals 3.4. Easy. Now we multiply the powers of 10. The powers of 10 multiply by adding the exponents. 4 plus negative 6 equals negative 2. The answer is 3.4 times 10 to the negative 2 meters. That's the answer. If you want to, you can convert the scientific notation into decimal, and then it's 0.034 meters. All right, that's the end. Hope this helps. Any questions or comments, leave in the comments section below. Like, share, and subscribe for more contents, and thanks for watching. Bye.